Thank you so much, Pastor Jamie Archer. Thank you for coming tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. So, friends, family, colleagues, students, thank you for being here tonight. And as we gather to celebrate and honor the life of Birgit, a colleague, a teacher, and a friend who has touched so many lives yesterday. And that's just a story of life. She was part of the school pretty much from the very beginning, one of the first teachers who used the vision of when it was still so German is a foreign language that I've noticed and I've learned to various students, and I've achieved wonderful results even in a silver level with their students. Love teaching, love gardening, especially the rose. And one thing that made me chuckle was she even loved keeping the teachers comfortable in check with their new students. But her love reminds us what to matter. Done with love and purpose, the most important thing that love and purpose points us to something in the world of someone greater. That Jesus gives life meaning, hope, and purpose. And and this is what I want us to leave today. 3 words divine: reflection, restoration, reconciliation. These words remember carries a deep spiritual. When we look at the word reflection, we have to question, where is my heart? In Matthew 6, verse 25 to 27, Jesus said, therefore I tell you, do not be anxious what you do, what you will eat, what you will drink, nor about what you will get, what you will become. Is life not more than food, body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air, neither sow nor reap nor gather nor into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. You are not more valuable? Which of you, by being anxious, will add a single hour to your life? You see, when Jesus said these words, he was speaking to ordinary people like you. People just like us, who worry about tomorrow, our works, families, our future. You see, in that moment, he wasn't telling us to stop caring. He wasn't telling the people to stop caring. But he was rather inviting them to trust in him. See, to realize that behind every sunrise, every heartbeat, and every breath, there is a Father who sees, who knows, and who will. And then he asks a briefly personal question. One that I can ask each one of you to myself. Are you not more valuable than see, that question goes straight to God. It reminds us that our value is found not in what we do or what we have, or even how long we live. It's found in who we belong to. So the years of service that we find today, the teaching, the discipline, the care, all remind us that life is precious and purposeful. But what gives life true meaning? No else. One values it beyond measure. So when we reflect today, maybe the question isn't why is that? Maybe it should be where am I placing my trust? You see, even in pain, we can trust that God hasn't let go. He's still here. He's still providing for each of us. Yeah. The second word is restoration. Underline it. Letting go and receiving grace. Early in this chapter of Matthew, Jesus says, "For if you forgive others their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses." You see, these words are right from the Lord's Prayer. When we read Sunday and we often pray, forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And he ties this, Jesus ties directly with forgiveness to our relationship. He ties forgiveness directly to our relationship with God. Because forgiveness is where He begins. Think about that for a moment. When we hold on to bitterness or regret, like carrying a heavy back, we get tired, we get weighed down, unable to move freely. But when we forgive, we take the burden off of us. You see, forgiveness doesn't mean pretending that it doesn't exist. What it means is trusting God and trusting that He can give what we cannot fix. You see, moments like this when we face often brings perspective. We realize that so much of what we got to buy isn't worth holding on to. Maybe there's somebody you need to do. Maybe there's someone we need to release. Let us today, for a moment, allow God to restore the peace in our hearts. See, Jesus' forgiveness of us was offered on the cross as the foundation of all restoration. He took away our sin, and our failing and said, "It is finished." And because He forgave us, that's not easy, but it's true. And it's one of the greatest ways of us being time. The third thing is reconciliation. Another scripture that's here to my heart. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says the following. Therefore, if anyone is in the old is past, behold, the new has come. All this is from God, who through Christ reconciled us to Himself and gave us the ministry of reconciliation. You see, to be reconciled means to be brought back into relationship, to have what was broken made whole. In the ancient world, this word described two people who were enemies becoming friends. But here Paul is saying to something far deeper. He's saying that through Jesus, God reconciled the world to Himself. That's the whole of the gospel. God didn't wait for us to find Him, He came to us. Through Jesus' life, death, and resurrection, He made a way to allow for hope, eternal life for each one of us. And because we are reconciled to God, we are called to extend the same grace to others. To be people who bring peace, where there's division, love where there's pain, hope where there's sin. Every seed that was planted to the teachings was a seed that planted in many of the lives of the students. You see, it's Jesus who gives the water to make those seeds grow. He gives life, meaning, and then he invites you to go south. That's my invitation for you today. Come to him to find the peace of life and to trust and to know through. Those three words again: reflection, restoration, and reconciliation. In John 11:25, Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and life. Whoever believes in me, though he die, yet he shall live. And this is our comfort. This is the truth we can hold on to. Jesus was not anything against but everything. Let me close our eyes. Lord, we thank you for the love. We beseech you, Lord, we beseech you, Father, every heart she touched. Thank you that you are near to the broken heart. You bring comfort to those who are. Lord, today we ask you to help us reflect, restore, and be reconciled to one another. May the peace and the love of Jesus Christ has God you praise it. May his name be praised, Lord.
Hermann Hesse, Stufen. Wie jede Blütenwelt und jede Jugend dem Alter gleicht, blüht jede Lebensstufe, blüht jede Weisheit auch und jede Tugend zu ihrer Zeit und darf nicht ewig dauern. Es muss das Herz bei jedem Lebensstufe bereit zum Abschied sein und Neubeginn, um sich in Tapferkeit und ohne Trauern in andere, neue Bildungen zu geben. Und jedem Anfang wohnt ein Zauber in, der uns beschützt und der uns hilft zu leben. Wir sollen heute Raum um Raum durchschreiten, an keinem wie an einer Heimat hängen. Der Weltgeist will nicht fesseln und engen. Er will uns Stuf um Stufe heben, weiten. Kaum sind wir heimisch am Lebenskreise und traurig eingewohnt, so tot erschlafen. Nur wer bereit zu Aufbruch ist und Reise, mag lähmender Bemühungen sich entfernen. Es wird vielleicht auch noch die Todesstunde uns neue Räume, jung und eben senden. Des Lebens Buch an uns wird niemals enden. Wohl angenehm, Herz, nimm Abschied und Gesunde. Good evening, family, friends, teachers, and fellow students. My name is Michaela. Today, we gather not only to remember, but to celebrate her life. A life filled with love, kindness, and an unshakable love of the German language.
For Gressmann was more than just a job. To say she enjoyed the job in language would be honest. She didn't just teach her, she was working on her tests, on our lesson, or something that each day our not achieving, but she still did it.
We can all agree that no one was quite as passionate about German grammar as Gressmann. I still remember how playing back with Daten and Akzenten mir und mich. To be honest, I still don't know when to use which. At this point, I'm going purely on instinct. But as she always reminded us, it's the effort that counts.
But it wasn't just for Gressmann had a special way of making every function was feel like one minute we learn on creative sense, the next minute we should realize why I do too much work.
Similarly, I experienced that when she wasn't drilling us on Personalpronomen or explaining the difference between transitive and intransitive verbs, she was catching us up on the latest gossip in politics or pop culture. Discussions about Elon Musk were a regular feature. She was convinced he was plotting to take over humanity with microchips. It's also why she didn't exactly trust modern technology in jobs, especially when her laptop was misbehaving. Thankfully, Ada was always there to save the day.
It's amazing to see that no matter how scary or shit, always always remain on.
And you know what? You can't forget her unique take on pop stars. Zoe and Nicki Minaj. My personal favorite memory will always be the time I spent an entire 40-minute lesson debating Starbucks' new drink for pie. I can still hear her saying with that mischievous grin, "You can just go up to a counter and order yourself a cup of gay." She was never really fond of woke culture.
Even though the rest of the fun, she still cared beyond for students. She made sure the students were paid each not just academically, but their well-being and physical progress. She could tell something was wrong just by the way it was, especially if they
For those who never had her in class, she might have been like the uniform police. She could spot a rolled-up skirt or a missing tie from a kilometer away. She had eagle eyes when it came to your uniform. But those eyes were lucky enough to know and understood that she was simply protecting school standards, and in her own way, protecting us too.
beyond the jokes and the our restaurant told us something far greater than just that mistakes are part of the journey and the effort to keep improving every pause.
In this past year, we've seen an incredible display of strength and purpose. She showed us what it means to keep going, to show up, and to do what you love, even when it isn't easy. She truly was proof that when you will, Hannah, where you want to, you can. Though I'll admit, we sometimes wish she didn't show up on Gravity's Day, but she insisted that we write them. We'd like to thank you all for being here to celebrate the life of someone who meant so much. Our Gressmann was more than a teacher. She was part of PSS, part of us. Her legacy will live on in every good Morgen that echoes the corridors and in every student who brings a tricky representative.
will listen, but it listen not obeys, the decisions, and the famous forest of the dear man. Remember God bless on every time you with us, and every single time on our journey this was.
Our gratitude towards them for everything she has done for us in the next one. Thank you for everything.
Liebe Jürgen, liebe Daniela, liebe Kerstin und liebe Familie Gressmann. Als Schule nehmen wir Abschied von meiner Ehefrau und die Mama von Daniela und von Kerstin. Aber ich möchte euch nachsagen, wir ja, was für heute nicht bei Gressmann Deutsch werden Gott kann nicht andere teaches but so living just in the most and so before he had tell anybody where she was born and where she graduated and where she went to school. I want to share with you a cartoon. Just a cartoon. When this doctor comes and examines an elderly lady, comes over on a couple of the X-rays, and then he said, the diagnosis, the heart, the lady has a massive heart. This is a teacher. So weit wir zu einer Frau zu uns heart as she loved her students, she loved all, and Letty was at her bedside, the boys lost away, and she said, do you still remember that boy? I mean, so was who the school was more it was all sitting down the walls and power with party. So I then asked another of the colleagues, what would you say if you what are the words that come to mind when we think of Birgit? And then they said some interesting things. The first one was obviously the flowers, as you can see. She had a special love of talent. She had a special love for God and yellow roses, the price of the book that had just gone. And that you should not give so much love to those of you that are in the company. She had a birthday. She brought the most famous farm-based bread. So from the farm bought from Birgit, I mean, when Peter was so that was amazing. It's what we remember. we remember students always achieving A symbols. I remember standing on the stage, the Arbeitsgemeinschaft Deutsche Schulen, the Projekt I think it was possible. I wish it was so late, so it's active, so it's so that please, besonders, she was a spirit person, and that is a close of my brain, for those of you who don't know, they were and she would call me off from the eyesight with the she was the earliest rudeness on this side of the that rudeness on that parking space. And as Tom said, the more books, you don't see a rudeness on the other spot. You will see whether it's you will notice whether it's and there was also the price, wasn't it? The other things that I need to actually say, and I don't want to give the trips of next year any tips of 40 days, but there were two classic reactions from Gressmann with the 40 days retreat 40 days. And the one year, has been around 2019 or so, she had a new office check. And she said, you do not touch my office check. And it was in those days that we wouldn't get that clever to lock some doors. And lo and behold, the next morning, these little trips had brought a massive financial from the building and it went up to very close to the second floor. And whose office chair was right on top of that one. Together, turning on level. So that is the one. It was sun. It was good. It was an amazing engineering. And the other one was Uncle's group. We knew that she loved plants and gardening. And Uncle's group had made her a beautiful garden in her classroom with a lot of sand and a lot of plants planted in the garden in her classroom. And she walked in there, she didn't know whether to be angry or to just say, you have to make it fast. How can you be angry with anyone? And that was brilliant. And one of the things that I told her, we discussed it at the school board, and Pastor, you were one of those students. And when I said, guys, you know, Dave has never taken this. It's just close our eyes to choose. Pastor years. That's what we do. We closed our eyes on any sin. There was me language. I don't like it sound. But we actually treated it. Und jetzt, wo sie uns brauchen, kommen wir diesen Geist. So, told me that you wonder, this is okay, this is possible. And then she told me, der ähnlichen Ausschnitt and they share all the you send me home. And so we said, okay, you come to me. And then you go and sit in your office if you want to, and hold ears of Elena with whatever you need to do. And she needed this. That's another you guys, the students, you were the family, and you were the colleagues, you were the family, we were the family. That's the essence here. So that's where she wanted to be, where she wanted to stay. And that's where my colleagues went and visited her in the hospital. Many they were, and also the teachers and many of the others were there as well. So we were an extended family. So we will remember Birgit as part of the school, part of the roots of the school. Born on 16 December 1956, those of you who South African history, that's the South African when she was on a trip with her brother Paul, she was born in Birgit, and then she went to school in Birgit, watching her in sport. And she went there to grade 10, and then went to the Germanics because there was no racism. So after that, she went to Stellenbosch and studied physical education. It was an amazing sportsman. Tennis. From there, she taught at Stockholm because and she was one of the founding members. She was there with Austin, with King, and with all this. And she taught in Stockholm. She taught in Stockholm. She celebrated Stockholm. You can remember it. I would be having accepted all that. I'd like to ask the little group for creating song. It's 21 week old. And I thought we are going to do a song which is very appropriate for the version of that. Actually, the version of that. It's great for that. So we decided to do that song, which is not great. Because the name, the song, the name is talking. So that we will be doing a song. I'm going to invite you to do part of the first part as well. We will start by reading.
Thank you very much. That was really one culture period to believe for a while. That's fantastic. Thanks, man. I would like to give opportunity now for anyone who wants to come and say something or to share some memories of Birgit. I know that there are some students who asked, Marsha, and then anybody else who would like to say something. Good evening, everyone. My name is Natasha, and I had the privilege of being one of the 6 students who were the last group of students who were by Gressmann. Me and Ian, George, Benji. I can't believe it. We were six in the class, and one of the smallest girls that we had. And for her last few months, all the other classes were given to Katla, so we were only we Mahenda mentioned I had her from grade 6. And the first few years we had all these scenes of who she is. Everyone made us seem like this police. But as the years went by, we just realized that she really was a wonderful fun. We spent many of our lessons talking about the AI apocalypse and how Elon Musk is going to take over. And we spent many discussions about controversial topics, some emotions arise from them. I know many lessons we had. It was just Benjamin and Thomas going back and forth, and the rest of us were sitting there wondering what was going on. But to keep you quiet a little bit, we were not jump that day. So we would sometimes would go to Benjamin before class and like, can you bring something up to the convention? And then spend a couple lesson trying to get her to not open that little book and instead talk about some random topic that she saw on her Facebook that day. There was lots of times where we really could writing essay that she told us to do. And then she would see some article that she thinks is interesting, and then gone with the rest of the lesson. We're not talking about whatever mutations are being found or anything like that. It was completely different. And we just instigate her by adding more different opinions to the conversation. Just so we can postpone that essay to Friday or next week Monday. So that we don't have to do it. A lot of other stuff like that. So it's not a couple of years, but I'm going to go into that. But she was always so kind and so welcoming to everyone. Um, I want to take much time, but she really was an outstanding person. She always tried her best to advocate for. And during 40 days, I know most of you know that we had some issues towards the end. She was the first teacher that asked us why we did what we did. And was the first teacher to not see us for what we did, but instead try and figure out what the meaning was instead of just trying to punish us. So I really commend her for that. It made our love for her so much stronger. I will forever remember her when I see little dogs, or when I even see someone playing with Sims, because I mentioned this, but there were many times when we'd be injured and we'd be doing an essay or a test or something, and one of us would go to the bathroom, and when we came back, we find out that while we were going to be struggling how to form a sentence using that long acronym she gave us, she was busy playing flute. And she wasn't playing flute, she was finding little mods that she could add to a flute character. So we have more fond memories of her than anything bad. And even though all of us, what really warmed my heart was during our project, um, even the students who didn't have her as a teacher, they were the ones that told us, and was them who decided, but we marked her parking in the front, because we parked all the cars horizontally, so the teachers can't park. But we made sure that no parking was open and we wrote for Gressmann on it. And it just showed how much, even though she was painted as this police woman, we still had so much respect for her. She kept pushing until the very last day. She would come into the class and then beg if we saw and she would complain about it, but she still had a smile on her face and she would still do everything that she had to get done regardless of whatever she was feeling. We really saw her go through the untowns and she showed so much that she would come back from sometimes she would take a week leave and then next day or that next Monday we'd know that we're about to get an in-depth session of what happened at the hospital. We got stories of ladies in the next day that went away and how disgusting it was for her. And we had stories about even though she was in the hospital, the most dangerous thing at that moment was falling in the shower. So we really, during the last few months, it was difficult for us to see her get worse. But how we saw it was not through how she acted, but the only way that we see that she was getting worse was the increase in hospital visits. Because her face was always smiling, she always had a joke in her, and she never, ever let her health take control in a way that it shouldn't have. She was very open with us about what it is. I don't know how many years, but she would tell us about how the doctors told her she was supposed to pass away earlier and how she was so strong. So I just want to say thank you for Gressmann for literally seeing me grow because when she first met me, I was a little girl with glasses and I had angry birds on the side of my glasses and I couldn't tell the difference between red and bloods. I want to thank her for being the wonderful person she is, for all the interesting stories we got to hear from her, and for pushing us to this point. We have two AS journal exams left, and we're going to write them in memory of her. That's all that is. Anybody else would like to say something? Somebody coming down. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all the flowers. We're going to make a little garden in memory of Birgit. And we're going to use all the plants. It's perfect, it's beautiful. And please join us for some refreshments at the back and just to do something more memories of that. To put it back to the